A Homeland Security advisor testified on day 28 of the Diddy sex trafficking trial. While he was on the stand, he reviewed text messages as well as hotel bills in which the prosecutors say show that Combs planned these sexual encounters between his then-girlfriend Jane and these sex workers. Here are some highlights.
Are the rest of the messages on this page between Jane and Mr. Combs from that same exhibit we were just looking at?
Yes, it is.
I want to go ahead to page 49 now and look at line 540, please. In line 540, is this a text message from Mr. Combs to Jane?
Yes.
What does he write?
Tell me when you can come tomorrow.
How does Jane respond?
Night.
And then, who does Mr. Combs text next in line 542?
He texts Christina Coram.
What does he text Christina Coram?
Can you get Jane here tomorrow?
How does Christina respond?
She likes that message.
What does she say in the next row?
Okay.
And what is the next text that Christina sends to Mr. Combs at 1:06 p.m. on September 16th, 2023?
FYI, Jane just told me she's not come to NYC.
What's the text we see at the bottom of this page? Page 546.
It's a text messages from Jane to Sean Combs.
What does she write?
I'm not coming to New York. I feel disrespected that you have to unnecessarily brag online that you for 48 hours straight on a trip you said you were asleep on. Then text me that you're horny and need my videos to get to someone else. It's clear you just want me there to use me for a hotel binge. You got plenty of hoes for that.
Let's go to page 50, please. Does Mr. Combs write to Jane in the next two rows?
547.
547 and 548, yes.
Sean Combs to Jane. What happened, Dad? Sean Combs to Jane. I'm sad. What happened?
And then in the next row, row 549, does Jane send the same text message but to a different phone number for Sean Combs?
Yes.
And then what does she write in row 550?
Jane to Sean Combs. I don't want to be used and locked in a room to perform and fulfill your fantasies, coming to the realization of what this really is.
How does Mr. Combs respond in line 551?
Sean Combs to Jane. Girl, that was podcast talk. I haven't even had sex.
Let's go ahead now to page 51, line 563, please. Looking at line 563, what's the date of this message?
9/16/2023.
And who sends it?
Jane.
To whom?
Sean Combs.
What does she write?
As much as I want to see you, I just know what you want me out there for. It doesn't make me feel good. You got other women available and willing to do that.
And how does Mr. Combs respond in the next row?
Sean Combs to Jane. By always tipping on me.
Let's go now to page 52, line 566, please. Is this a text from Jane to Mr. Combs?
Yes.
What does she write?
I wish we could jog this back to when we first started dating and just getting to know each other. Ever since I opened Pandora's box, I've never been able to close it. One night of fun turned into the entirety of our relationship, and now it's all I'm expected to do and get called for. It's hurting me because I'm so much more than being loved in the dark in hotel rooms, doing things that make me feel disgusted with myself. I'm confusing your lust for me as real love. My heart is really in this and it's breaking. I don't want to play this role in your life anymore. It's dark, sleazy, and makes me feel disgusted with myself. I feel it's the only reason you have me around and why you pay for the house. I don't want to feel obligated to perform these nights with you in fear of losing the roof over my head. I don't want to keep feeling like that anymore. I'm crying as I type this. We just need to talk like adults and figure out where we'll go from here.
Let's go to page 53, please. Does Jane then send the same message to Mr. Combs's other phone?
Yes.
How does Mr. Combs respond in the next line?
Sean Combs to Jane. Girl, stop.
Let's go to page 54, please. Does Mr. Combs then send an audio message to Jane?
Yes.
Now, in the content column here, what is the italic text in that box?
That's a transcription from the audio message.
What is the non-italicized text below the italics? Is that the file name for the audio message?
Yes.
After the audio message, what does Combs text to Jane in line 570?
Sean Combs to Jane. Let's talk. I'm f***ed up. Call me ASAP.
And what does Jane respond with in the next line?
Jane to Sean Combs. Call me back.
After Jane texts Combs, call me back, who does Jane text next in line 572?
Christina Coram.
How long after Jane's text to Combs, call me back, does Jane then text Christina?
About 15 minutes.
And what does she text to Christina?
Hi, KK. Okay. We spoke. I'll be able to travel tomorrow. Just let me know. Thank you.
What does Bridget write to Mr. Combs?
Hello, this is Bridget from Cowboys for Angels. How can I help you?
Are there several texts between Bridget and Sean Combs over the next few lines?
Yes, there are.
I'm going to ask you to read Mr. Combs, and I'll read Bridget. You go ahead with line 616, please.
Hey, in NYC, do you have entertainment for after midnight?
I can try, exclamation point, exclamation point. Is the next text from Christina Coram to Mr. Combs?
It is.
What does she write?
We should take photos by this on 57th and 6th, right by hotel.
Let's continue reading the exchange between Mr. Combs and Bridget Kreshover. You can go ahead.
Who's this?
Bridget and Betsy.
Can I speak to Bridget?
Yes, I'm here. Now, on the very next line, who does Mr. Combs text?
Jane.
And how long after the last text from Bridget does Mr. Combs text Jane?
About 2 minutes.
What does he text her?
Hey, where's Chef?
And then, about an hour later, what does Mr. Combs text Jane?
Entertainment or movie night? Let me know so if I have to get a hotel.
And are the rest of the texts between Bridget and Mr. Combs?
Yes.
I'll read Bridget and you read Mr. Combs, and we'll continue with the next page. Bridget, https, cowboys.com/cowboy/Cody. Great guy. He's solid.
Okay, I'll hit you with info and stop raising my rates. I'm a long-timers.
It's not about your rate. It's about the guys' rates. You want the best guys? They got the highest rates. Who sends the next two texts?
Jane.
What does Jane send in row 632 at 7:05 p.m.?
Just got to Wi-Fi again. Not sure, baby.
What does Jane send 2 minutes later to Mr. Combs's other phone?
Baby, just got Wi-Fi again.
And then what does Mr. Combs send to Jane in the next two lines?
Okay, I have a surprise if that's okay. Just one. Don't want you feel like a insexy. Sending pic now.
Who does Mr. Combs send the next two texts to in lines 636 and 637?
Bridget Kreshover.
What does he write?
We'll talk. I don't agree, but we'll holla. No problem, love.
Then in row 638, what does Mr. Combs send to Jane?
It's a link.
Is it the same link that we saw on the prior page from Bridget to Mr. Combs?
Yes.
And then what does Bridget write in the next line?
Some of the men have different rates. You can find each men's rates on their individual profiles. Just open their pages and there's an orange button that says View Rates. I'm contractually obligated to the rates on the website for each person, as that's the rate we agreed on when they signed me as their agent and at each renewal.
Let's go now, please, to page 61. Line 645, please. Looking at line 645, who does Mr. Combs send the next 3 text messages to?
Bridget Kreshover.
Would you read those 3 text messages, please?
All good. Let do 1 a.m. Trump. New York City, Columbus Circle.
Who are the participants in the next line?
Brendan Paul and Fahim Mohammed.
For the next 2 lines, I'll read Brendan Paul and you read Fahim Mohammed, please. You aware of what's happening tonight after performance?
Possible dinner or strip club.
Jane is in town. We got a spot at Trump Hotel, but John is setting up now. Room 508.
Copy, perfect, man down.
And then who texts Mr. Combs in the very next line at 8:17 a.m.?
Bridget Kreshover.
What are the 3 texts that Bridget Kreshover sends at 8:17 and 8:18 a.m. on the next 3 lines?
Good morning. There was a mistake with the cash. We are $600 short. Can you please cash app 600 Cowboys, 4 Angels?
And the next?
Also Venmo or Zelle if that's easier.
And then what are the last 2 lines of this page, 719 and 720?
They are text messages between Jane and Cabrali Williams.
What does Jane say and what does Cabrale say?
LMK when you're at airport. Cabrali Williams to Jane. Be there soon, love.
Let's go to page 67 and look at line 722. Are these texts between Sean Combs and Bridget Kreshover?
Yes.
From the same date?
Yes.
You read Sean. I'll read Bridget. Please start at 7:22.
LOL. He couldn't even perform.
I'm confused. Our agency provides time and companionship. You're paying for the gentleman's time.
He's lucky he got that, but all good. You will have by tomorrow.
It doesn't matter what happens on an appointment. You could go skydiving or dancing. The cost of the time is the same.
Whoa, I'm not trying to be smart with you. I thought you would want to know how that felt. Talk nice to me, PL, is because I always talk nice to you. Have a blessed day. Being that I'm a long-time customer, that's all. Don't get upset. Not that deep at all.
Love, well, I'm not trying to be smart with you. I thought...
That's the best in NYC.
I apologize if my tone came across as anything other than respectful. I didn't think you had made the mistake. I was under the impression that someone else handled that. Let's go to the next page. Looking at the line 731, Bridget continues. Our agency has to dot every I and cross every T to make sure we stay within a specific guideline to be clear about what the agency offers and sells. Sometimes the formality of that feels rigid. It's not intended. And then down at line 733, what is the entry in line 733?
9/18/2023, 10:53 a.m. Travel record. United Airlines, Atlanta to Newark Airport for Cabrali Williams.
And then looking down at line 736, what are the and 737? What text messages does Sean Combs send to Bridget Kreshover?
It's all good, all love. Sorry for any unnecessary stress. Anyone else in NYC, LOL.
And here on November 6th, Jane writes, "Hey, how are you, smiley face?" And he writes, "What's up, love? I'm good. About to shoot with my homie for his brand, right?"
Yes.
And down on the page she writes, "Okay, I might have a little time off. If you want to spontaneously come tomorrow night or Monday, I'll organize. But we'll talk before then, once I see it's even possible. Right?"
Yes.
And what does he respond?
Okay, love. Monday night would be nice. Fascio with an emoji.
With an emoji. And she loves that?
Yes.
And she writes, "Okay," with several heart face emojis.
Yes.
Can we go to the next 2 pages, please? He responds, "Hey baby, how are you today?" On November 7th, UTC time 11:53, right?
Yes.
And she responds, on November 8th at 12:01 a.m. UTC, "Hey cutie, I'm good. How's your Sunday?" And he says, "Pretty good, love. Just got back from cooking for a brunch," and sends messages that are missing here, right?
Yes, it looks like images.
Images, right? And you can tell that from the JPEG.
Yes.
And she writes, "Sheesh, you need to come with a warning sign," with several monkey closed face emojis and a sweat emoji.
Yes.
And she writes, "How was the brunch? LOL. These pics." What does he say?
Lol. It was good. They loved the food for the most part.
Can we skip to the next two, please? I'm just going to go to the page on the right. He writes, "LOL. You will never be hungry around me, kiss face emoji. I'm serving orgasms and foodgasms," with a smiley face emoji, right?
Yes.
She laughs at that and sends several more emojis and says, "That's def the first time I've heard that. LOL." He says, "LOL. I'm one of a kind baby," right?
Yes.
Can we go to the next two pages, please? These messages are from November 9th, 2021, 2:35 a.m. UTC time. Do you see that? The ones on the left?
Yes.
She writes to him, "Hey, how's your day, friend? Hit me when you can talk." And how does he respond?
What's up, lovely? I fell asleep early.
And she says on the bottom, "I'm free tomorrow. Is it crazy if I fly you out tomorrow? Or today for you, actually. I'm so horny. I need you," right?
Yes.
And what does he respond with?
Yes, I am, baby, and I'm most definitely down. I would love to see you.
"We need to have a convo first, baby. I'm touching myself right now. What you doing?" We looked at those messages in 1407, right?
Yes.
So, let's skip ahead then, because we've seen a lot of these, to page 28 and 29. Jane writes, "I'll give you extra, of course," with a heart face emoji, right?
Yes.
And if you make me and then a flirtatious emoji as well, right?
Yes.
LOL.
Yes.
And that's an example of a message with an emoji that you didn't include in the chart, right? The emoji was not included, right?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. And then she writes another one with a heart-faced emoji and then a kissy face emoji, right?
Yes.
And what does he write?
IDK, if I can wait. If I can wait, lovely.
Now let's skip ahead to page 36 and 37. She writes, "If you look at page 26, this is November 9th, 9:54 p.m. She loved his message at the airport, love. See you soon?" With a kiss face emoji, right? She loved that message.
Yes.
And then a few messages below, she writes, "I'm too excited right now," with two heart eye emojis. She writes those there, right?
Yes.
The next page you see, I'm excited too, baby." He writes, "I'm excited too, baby. Can't wait to see you," with more emojis, right?
Yes.
Okay. If we can go to 38 and 39. Again, we looked at these messages in 1407, right? Do you remember that?
Yes.
So, at the top, he writes, "I'm excited too, baby. Can't wait to see you," with a kiss emoji. And below, on November 10th, 2021, at 2:03 a.m. UTC, she writes, "Hey, baby, welcome back to LA. Text me after you freshen up, and I'll have you come to our room. Can't wait," with several heart eyes emojis as well.